Alright, hello fun and welcome back to my Fallout 4 Mod Spotlight series, where today we are having a look at the IMI Desert Eagle mod, which is being made by user Nova Finch. And what this glorious little piece of work looks to add into the game is the iconic, legendary, and powerful Desert Eagle pistol, which I have been having just so much fun with this mod, as not only is it just, frankly, a stupidly powerful handgun, but lore-wise, it also fits quite nicely into the Commonwealth, as it is, of course, a Cold War-era designed weapon, and we have actually seen it previously in the Fallout franchise in the original Fallout 1 and 2, which I always do enjoy when we have that sort of connection here. So let's take a look at what we do get, and the most standard version of the Desert Eagle will deal a 70 base damage with a new custom 50 caliber AE round with a firing rate of 66, range of 119, accuracy of 49 for a weight of 5.3. And as you can see here, it is a pretty beautifully made mod. Beautiful modeling, beautiful texturing, a little bit of an odd model issue here with it always having the magazine when you throw it out into the world. When it's in your hands, don't worry, you don't see that, but if you chuck it out into the world or just look at it in your Pip-Boy, you are gonna get this odd magazine there at the end, but I mean, okay. Now, as you can also see over here, we have quite a list of potential modifications for this thing. Now, it's never going to be too insane, like you're not going to turn it into a fully automatic, like, belt-fed gun, but you can do some pretty fun stuff with this thing, including a variety of reticule styles for, like, your various hollow sights, which is pretty nice. Now, as for how you do get your hands on one of these lovely guns, well, first and foremost, it is added into the leveled loot list, so you will find it on gunners, as well as in weapon vendors. Now, there are also 3 legendary versions of it out in the world for you to find, so have fun with those. Or you can, you know, just head over to any chemistry station in the world, and you'll see we have a new Desert Eagle category, where you can make the gun for a mere 4 adhesive, 4 gears, 4 oil, 3 screws, and 4 steel. And you can also see here we have 3 different ways of making the new 50 caliber Action Express rounds. The first one taking 8 aluminum, 6 copper, 5 oil, and 4 steel, and producing for you a nice 35 bullets. Or you can go and actually take any 44 rounds you have in your inventory and convert those over, and you'll get 30. Or you can use a cheat option. I'm not entirely sure why this is in here. Maybe it was left over from testing. But there's one that requires absolutely nothing, and when you do it, it makes 280 bullets. Which I'm cool with for testing purposes, but that's, a little cheaty there. Hopefully that gets taken out with just a minor oversight, but nonetheless, there you go. Those are your options. We can, of course, then head over to any workbench in the world and take a look at the modifications, starting in the receiver category, where we have the pretty typical thing from, just with different names, like going up to factory condition, the high-grade parts, etc. But, you know, your typical different stat changes in here. Now then, we have the barrels, where we have either a standard or extended to really help out the range and accuracy of the thing and make it look kind of ridiculous, and I love it. And then in the grips, we have either a standard or a weighted grip for better recoil control. Then in the sights, we've got a fair few option of not only just the standard iron sights, but a number of different color tritium sights with either blue, green, red, white, or yellow, so you can have some better night shooting with your iron sights there. And then we also have the Micro T1 reflex sight, the Cobra reflex sight, the XPS 3 hollow sight, the Elkin M145 optical sight, and the Trijicon AccuPower 5X scope if you're wanting to do a little bit of medium range sniping with a Desert Eagle, which is fun. And then after that, we have the muzzle category, where we either have nothing, a compensator, a tactical suppressor, or a heavy suppressor to make the gun even longer, especially if you're going with that extended barrel. It gets pretty darn long there. And then in the underbarrel, we have the option of either nothing, a flashlight, or a laser sight, which will help out with your accuracy. And then we have the ammo category, where you can either have the standard ammunition, convert it over to 44 Magnum if you do have an excessive amount of those, but remember, back at the chemistry station, you could also just turn those into the 50 AE, so I mean, whichever you like. But if you go for the 44 Magnum, it will lower the damage, but it'll hold one extra bullet in the magazine. Well, then you can also go with a high velocity, high pressure, armor piercing, heavy round, or my personal favorite, the high explosive round, doing different amounts of damage. Now, thankfully, you don't need a different bullet for each. It just does whatever it does with the same 50 caliber AE rounds. But yeah, high explosive, good times. And then we have the reticule style. So if you go for any of the different hollow sights up there, you have an option of 5 different reticule styles to choose from. So you can really customize the look there and whatever works better for your own preference in shooting. I know that some hollow sights for me, I have kind of a hard time seeing them, but these ones, I think A is probably my favorite style here, which you'll see in a moment out there in the shooting range. And then finally, we have the finish, so you can have some textures on this baby. Now, by default, it comes in the chrome, but we also then have a matte black, a desert, an oil spill, or, of course, just the gold. I mean, yeah, it's a Desert Eagle. There has to be a gold matte, or just a gold finish to it now, doesn't there? Alright, so let's tab out of there, grab my 2 versions that I made earlier. We've got this one here, of course, going gold, and with a more fast-firing receiver, and I think I did high explosive ammo on that one. This one going with the oil slick, because it's kind of cool having all the multicolored stuff, and going for that just stupidly extended barrel with the silencer to provide basically a short to medium range sniping pistol. Good times. But let's start out with, of course, the standard gun and take some shots. Now, as you can see, quite a lot of kick on this thing. I mean, it is a 50 caliber Desert Eagle after all. And if we fire off all these shots, get a good smooth reload on in there, and just fire as quick as we can to see how far up that recoil is going to take us if you don't compensate for it. Oh yeah, there we go. We went a good 45 degrees at least, so quite a bit of kick to control. But you know what? Not too horrible, honestly. Now let's go over to the faster firing one, which are only doing 101 damage from the 70. I say only because the highest I was able to get this thing up to is 137 with the sniping one. But let's take a look at this one. It's a bit faster firing, so let's just shoot off all of them. Oh yeah, that's real quick. That is real quick. And I believe this one is using the B reticule there, just a nice little triangle, if that is what you do prefer, but always good. A nice, fun little sight on a golden gun. And then finally I've got my sniping version, which this one uses the A type, which I really like that one. It's good with that circle there. And of course, those explosive rounds, that is just... who doesn't love a good explosive round gun in Fallout? Plus, that oil slick finish is beautiful. It's so colorful. Well, let's head on over here and, well, resurrect our typical test subjects of Randy and Will and see how it fares against them. We'll use the explosive rounds against Will here, as he is the tougher of the two. So let's just give him a little resurrect there. And I'm so sorry, my friend, but goodbye. Ooh, almost all of his health there, so did take 2 shots. I don't think I got him quite in the head. I think I got more of the back of the neck, but still, not bad, not bad. But let's go to the golden gun and jump on down here with Randy the Radstag and bring him back for one final just death here today. Today. He will most certainly come back again in the future. And fire, fire. He's down 2 again, but there was quite a bit more damage on that one. And oh my, I just do love the speed of this particular receiver. Not as powerful as the full one, but you know what? still pretty darn good. So that is the IMI Desert Eagle mod. Adds in a wonderful weapon that is just stupidly powerful and a little bit crazy considering, you know, explosive bullets. Always enjoyable. So if you'd like to have a look at this mod for yourself, which I'd certainly recommend you go and do, you can have a look at the link in the description as per usual. But that's going to be it for today. Hope you all have enjoyed and you do come back for the next. But until that time, thank you for watching. And as always, have a good one.